All right, good morning. We'll go ahead and call to order the regular meeting in the Sacramento Area Sewer District, the Northern California Sanitation Agency's Financing Authority at 9:35 a.m. If we could call the roll and establish a quorum, please.
Good morning. Member Aquino? Here. Desmond? Frost? Kaplan? Here. Karpinski Costa?
Present.
Kennedy?
Here.
Maple?
Here.
Orozco? Robles?
Present.
Sander? Cerna? Swen?
Here.
Talamantes?
Here.
Tao?
Here.
Valenzuela? Here. Villegas?
Here.
And Hume.
I am here.
And you have a quorum.
Great, thank you. If you please join Director Tao in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Go ahead. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Getting into these chairs is a nightmare.
All right, thank you. And now if we could have the statement, please.
This meeting of the Sacramento Area Sewer District is live and recorded with closed captioning. It is cablecast on Metro Cable Channel 14, the Local Government Affairs channel, on the Comcast and DirecTV Uverse cable systems. It is also live streamed at metro14live.saccounty.gov. Today's meeting replays Sunday at 9 a.m. on Channel 14. Once posted, the recording of this meeting can be viewed on demand at youtube.com/MetroCable14. In accordance with Government Code 54952.3, compensation for meeting of these legislative bodies is required to be verbally disclosed. The amount of $100 will be paid for each member participating today as a member of the Sacramento Area Sewer District. Compensation for Sacramento County Supervisors and City of Sacramento Council members is paid to the county and city respectively to partially offset the costs of those governments. Compensation for other board members is delivered to the individuals. To make a public comment, please complete a speaker request form and hand it to the clerk. The chairperson will call your name when it is your turn to make a comment. You may also send written comments by email to boardclerk@saccounty.gov. Your comment will be routed to the board and filed in the record. And that concludes the clerk's statement.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And we will move on now to our first orders of business, which is the consent matters.
You have consent matters items 1 through 5.
All right. Is there any director that has a question or would like any item pulled for discussion?
So moved.
I'll second.
I have a motion from Director Villegas, a second from Director Talamantes. Do we need a roll call or a voice vote sufficient?
Voice vote is sufficient.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. For your item number 6, you have comments from the public on issues not on the posted agenda, and I do not have any public speaker request forms, and I do not see anyone in the chambers who would like to speak. Okay.
We actually have people in chairs today. Is nobody wishing to speak on an item not on the agenda? All right, fair enough. We will dispense with that item. Move on to item number 7, miscellaneous director and district engineer matters. Anything that any director wishes to bring up? Seeing none, we'll go to the district engineer.
Mr. Chair, I just wanted to introduce, if I could, very quickly, Assistant Deputy Jack Johnson is sitting in the audience. If he'll raise his hand, he just graduated from UC Santa Barbara, political science degree, and joins my office. He worked with the city of West Sacramento the last several years, and I stole him from the city. So he's a welcome addition to my office. So I wanted to introduce him to the rest of the group.
Jack Johnson, I love your music, so thank you for being here. Mr. Dobson.
Yes, a few items. October 23rd board meeting is canceled, so our next meeting will be on November 13th. And then a few little kind of award-related things. We did have an event that was planned in Tampa, Florida. We were in the top 11 projects for a American Society of Civil Engineers award, and of course the hurricane had a little something to do with them canceling that event. So we don't have the latest information. I think they're still going to make the award, but probably something virtual or a little bit later. So we'll wait and see. Director Karpinski Costa was going to be headed there, and it was all canceled. And also
boarding pass seat, you know.
Oh my gosh. Sonny Lundy was also going to be attending, but we'll see how that goes, and I'll report back when we get some news. Another conference actually that's happening, I believe today is the last day. It's called WEFTEC. That is our Water Environment Federation's national annual conference. It's actually the largest water quality event in the world every year. We have a couple things going on there. One is we just started up what is called Operations Challenge. It's an Operations Challenge team. They compete in 5 events. There's 4 of our employees who traveled there and participated. I don't have results yet, but I'll probably send out an email just letting people know how we did. But they participate in lab, safety, maintenance, collections, and process control. So it's a little bit of all the different pieces of our business. So a little bit more on that later. At that same conference, we actually did get an award from the Water Environment Federation for it's their Project Excellence Award for, surprise, surprise, Echo Water. So we were one of 2 projects that were recognized nationally for that. So kudos to staff and consultants and contractors and board members and all the people that contributed to that Echo Water project. With that, the last thing, I'm going to continue our little series on introducing some staff at our section manager level. You've actually met these 2 before, but they haven't had a chance to be introduced this way. So we're going to start out with Jofil Borja. And I know there's lots of nodding heads, and you saw him present last time. Jofil is our newly hired Legislative and Regulatory Affairs Manager and Harvest Water PMO Manager on the administrative side. And he's in the Policy and Planning Department, completed his undergrad from UC Berkeley, and received his Master's in Public Administration and Finance from Claremont Lincoln University. Prior to Sac Sewer, he came from Blue Dot Energies, where he led their government affairs, business development, and construction sectors. Jofil previously worked in various capacities in policymaking and fiscal programs, including prior positions with SAC-RT as their Senior Community and Government Relations Officer, and as Assistant Director of Legislation and Finance for the California Transportation Commission. Jofil is excited to continue building on Sac Sewer's legislative portfolio and helping with strategic partnerships and community engagement. And he also serves, as many of you know, on the Sacramento County Planning Commission. So, Jofil. All right, and next up is Tim Musson. Tim was born in Sacramento and raised in Davis. He received a bachelor's degree in wildlife, fish, and conservation biology from UC Davis in 2000. And then he received his doctoral degree in ecology from UC Davis in 2009. Tim's graduate research focused on protecting juvenile salmon and sturgeon from being drawn into water intake pipes. He started working at Sac Sewer in 2012 as the first biologist within our scientific research section. And he's currently serving as the acting chief scientist for Sac Sewer since this past April. Tim serves as Sac Sewer's representative in multiple collaborative scientific programs, leading research studies, reviewing program reports, and informing policy discussions. Tim conducts research to understand how effluent from the Echo Water facility and other environmental factors can affect the ecological health of the Sacramento River and Delta. He also is involved in publishing research findings in peer-reviewed literature and presents them locally. And Tim works closely with staff from our Legislative and Regulatory Affairs section to ensure that policy decisions and new regulatory frameworks are based on a sound scientific understanding of the watershed. And with that, Tim actually wanted to say a few words.
Great. Welcome. Thank you for the work you're doing.
Thank you, Christoph. Good morning, Chair, members of the board. Today, I just really wanted to come and let you know that I really feel both proud and privileged to be working for the Sacramento area sewer district. I am proud to support the Echo Water Resource Recovery Facility that is safeguarding the water quality in the Sacramento River every day. And it's my privilege to represent Sac Sewer within the scientific community, where I co-develop experiments with other scientists from local, state, and federal agencies to better understand the environment. The Delta sits at the heart of California's water distribution network and has become one of the most extensively studied ecosystems in the world. And therefore, the nutrient concentrations and other chemical characteristics of our effluent are commonly the focus of scientific studies and policy discussions. And therefore, the work that we try to do is to look at the holistic nature of different scientific factors that can regulate the aquatic health of the ecosystem. So as future policies and regulations come forward, they can be built on a holistic understanding of scientific knowledge. And thank you all for your support in our research studies over the last few years.
Thank you, and it's a shame that Director Sander is not here. He would walk out doctor to doctor with you on the science of the Delta, but I know Director Villegas and I certainly appreciate the work that you're doing to try and keep the Delta healthy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you all.
That's it for me.
That concludes it. Okay.
Yep.
Any questions for the district engineer? No? All right, then we'll move on to item 8, please.
Item number 8 is the One District Quarterly Report, October 2024.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, thank you. What service. Good morning, Chair Hume and board members. My name is Matthew Doyle. I'm the Director of Internal Services Department, and I'm very excited to present, and I think it's worth saying, the last district quarterly report, and that is prior to our separation coming December 15th. I'm assuming that we're going to have another kind of closing out district quarterly report, and I'm hoping sometime in February. There's probably going to be some cleanup, some things that have to be finished up after separation, but I am extremely excited to introduce the wonderful team that we've had working on this for over 2 years to your board, including our HR team, our project management team, and then I see, where is she? V. Meany's here. She's been helping out with a lot of the service level agreements. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to this being concluded and starting to see the efficiencies going forward for the district. All right. So communications. The last quarterly report was in May, so I'm going to be focusing on May through October. We continue to work on communications. That's a critical component for both our external and internal stakeholders. We have communicated numerous times with the county and our REOs or unions to discuss the overall transition. Obviously, various questions on how the transition is going to occur, the various benefits as we're kind of jumping through and selecting the various health benefits, the personnel policies, and then finalizing the offer and resignation letter. We had to communicate in a large part with the county on that. We also had all-hands meetings that were just recently completed in September. This was an opportunity for our staff. We basically surveyed them prior to the meeting. They were able to convey their questions and concerns, and then we kind of itemized those into categories and then answered those at the various all-hands meetings at each of our 3 main facilities. We continue to use the general manager videos, the information sharing sessions, which are a little more informal, and the One District site that I keep mentioning. And so I realized that over the last 2 years, I mentioned the One District site, and you have no clue what I'm talking about. So I thought maybe I'll just do a little quick screenshot to include what that looks like. We have various buckets. It's the benefits, documents, the FAQs, so where staff can ask questions to the One District site, it gets posted here so everyone can see the answer. We have human resources documents. I know it says implementation, but that has since been switched out. We have open enrollment for benefits that is coming next week. So we've swapped the implementation out for open enrollment. We have important dates, which is basically a calendar, and then the onboarding information. The onboarding information was utilized for our onboarding events, which I'll discuss a little later, and then any various presentations that we've had on the One District site, and then videos. And you'll notice we have a kind of a counter at the bottom, which is active. Obviously not on here because it's a screenshot, but I think we're at around 62 days or something like that. And that is including weekends and holidays. So we are coming close to the finish line here. So another critical component that is a primary focus, especially for staff, is retirement. We've had a few major milestones that were completed since May. We identified the employer-employee retirement contribution rates. We also had your board assign and approve three-party agreement in July between SCRS, County, and Sac-Sewer, which identified the retirement assets and liabilities. And then, most importantly, I mean, these are all important, but AB 2301, the Sac-Sewer Pension Protection Act of 2024, was approved and signed by the governor July 2nd. All right. So one of the other things, we talked about the retirement, we talked about the health benefits that are important in previous reports. This was a huge lift. So we had the employee onboarding events. We knew this was going to have to happen. It happened in July, and it was a huge success. We had around 740 staff go through the onboarding process, so you can imagine the logistics behind that. This is where staff came in at our various 3 locations. They signed their contingent offer letter for Sac-Sewer, their resignation letter from the county, provided I-9 documents, and then completed live scan. On to the right, and I even brought mine here. This is a prototype because it says trading card, and we switched it to passport. But I thought this was an amazing idea, an example of the wonderful project team that we have in place. We had all of these items, the resignation, the offer letters, the I-9, all of these stations, it was critical to make sure that it was completed correctly. So we had to figure out a way to ensure that we captured all of the various components that were a part of this onboarding process. And so someone thought of a bright idea to have a passport. And so each employee, when they were given their onboarding and documents to sign, they were given a passport, and at each of the various stations, they were stamped, and then there was kind of like a bouncer at the end of the room to ensure that they had gone through all the various stations before they left.
Your papers. I want to see your papers.
Yes, exactly. So here's a few pictures. We really wanted to make this event special for our employees. We wanted to make this an exciting, celebratory event for them. This is a big deal. So off to the left, you see our implementation team. They are manning the various stations, and that is at our North Area Courtyard, one of our smaller facilities. We have the first 2, which are taking the documents for the onboarding, the offer letter and the resignation letter, making sure that their signatures are in place and everything is correct. Then there's a scanning, and we added scanners. The first time there was a little bit of line, but we made adjustments, and that is scanning the I-9 documents. And then off camera, you have live scan and DMV pool off to the side. We also, after you made it through the bouncer, we made this a kind of a fun celebration, and we had even a red carpet with the backdrop of the Sac-Sewer. What's that called? A step in what? Repeat. A step and repeat. I learned that and I forgot it, but that's the big sign with the kind of framed by the balloons. We also provided props for staff, and they really took advantage of that, and they had a great time. They would take individual pictures. They took pictures with their coworkers, their team, their supervisors, managers. It was a really fun thing to see. Off to the far right picture, this was basically a conclusion of the event. They signed a certification of commitment and as a founding member of SAC-SUR. And what it really kind of showed, it showed the importance and the magnitude of the event, that they were going to be a founding member original to SAC-SUR. And it was kind of emotional for some staff. All right, going forward with accomplishments from May, we had the policies, resolutions, and contract approvals. Another major item that we had to identify is what banking system, and we identified U.S. Bank was selected. We, you, the board, your board approved the delegation of authority to the district engineer to execute employee benefits. We have established various contracts with our health benefit providers. We also have the employee access via My SAC-SUR that rolled out to staff. That was our staff's first touch point to our new Tyler ERP system. They were able to put in their banking information for direct deposit, their tax information, and their emergency contact. Then we also, in preparation for our upcoming open enrollment, we had health fairs in September at each of our 3 locations where staff were able to on-site meet with our various healthcare providers, including Kaiser, Western Health Advantage, CalPERS, Delta Dental, and probably 15 or 13 others. It was really good. They were able to get pamphlets, brochures, information, and talk to the providers individually or in groups to get their questions answered. Excuse me. This is a summary of the ERP, the Enterprise Resource Planning. This is, once again, as a kind of a refresher, we currently use Compass through the county. We are going to Tyler for our ERP, and it's broken down into a few modules. The first module being human capital management. I'm not going to read through all of this, but it's just to give you a feel that we have 3 basic modules, but there's a lot to each of those modules. And each of them have their own implementation process. So some of the kind of call out some of the human capital management ones would be payroll, time, attendance, staff evaluations, and personnel actions. And then, of course, we had the employee access, which we completed just a few weeks ago. The other module that we're working in parallel is the finance systems implementation. This is the charts of accounts, the accounts payable, accounts receivable. We also have the purchase orders, inventory. All of that is being worked on. And then there's the other systems. And so this classification includes the learning management system, which is anything training through Cornerstone. We have NeoGov. We're going to continue to use NeoGov for our recruitment. We have BCC, which is the benefits administration, where staff can have a one-stop shop for all of their benefits information. We have a travel system where the RFP closed on Friday, so we'll be making a selection for that shortly. And then, of course, as previously mentioned, the U.S. Bank implementation for our accounts. And speaking of Viamini and all the work that she has done for this, she thought this was probably going to be a few months, but it's been a few years. We have made significant progress. We completed out customer billing CUBs, the IT DTEC agreement, legal counsel, clerk of the board. We had your board approve the Department of Personnel Services service level agreement, the finance service level agreement today as well. Fleet fueling service agreement and the Treasury Services Agreement are going to be going to your board in November. And then Planning and Environmental Review, CMID, will also be going into November. So looking forward through October to our finish line in December, we're getting very, very close. We want to continue to work on the Tyler ERP and the other systems necessary for implementation. We need to make sure that we have adequate time for testing, especially for payroll, to minimize errors. And if it's not challenging enough, we decided to do it during the holidays, short weeks. We have the ancillary benefits configured. We have the commercial bank accounts need to be established. And the benefits open enrollment, as mentioned, will be occurring next Tuesday, October 15th through the 29th. Continuing into November and December, we have the FBI live scan contract, the position approvals and allocation changes. These are various positions that we're requesting from your board that were required to be contractors that we want to make permanent because of the services that we're taking on from the county. We have the replacement benefits program, employee benefits document updates. Your board previously approved the employee benefits document, but there's some edits that we've identified that we need updating. That will occur in December. And then the employee time entry will go live December 15th. And then finally, our first payroll will be occurring January 3rd of 2025. And that concludes the presentation. Are there any questions?
All right, we got people
lined up.
People are lining up. Director Kaplan.
I have no questions. I just want to take the time. I don't think outside of this board, people understand all the work it takes to do what you guys did. Plain and simple, like thank you goes to each and every one of you, because as my colleague and I were talking, it is wonky, it is hard, it is esoteric, but you've been thoughtful and you took care of all of your employees. And that is to be 100% commended. So I just want to thank you for all of that hard work.
Thank you.
Thank you for that, Director Soon.
Thank you, Chair. Similarly, just want to commend you all for this effort. You just laid out a briefing, but that alone was still pretty daunting. So, and the fact that all this time over the course of a few years, you've been doing this, it's been going relatively smoothly as far as we can tell, and which is great, right?
Sure.
All we can tell is smooth. I know. I'm sure there's behind the scenes things, but that's just a testament to all of your professionalisms. Everything is coming along. I'm looking at your Gantt chart here, and it looks like you're right on schedule. So commend you all. Great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other director comments? Yeah, I echo the sentiments of my colleagues here. It's like a duck on the water where it's still above and the feet are paddling down below. And so it has seemed seamless from the outside. But as you're going through all the checklists, and I really appreciate the fact that you kind of made this transition fun. And so it took some of the fear, because change in and of itself is somewhat of a fearful concept. And so to make that fun for the employees so that they know that they're valued and that they're welcomed. I think it was Lao Tzu that said, the best leader, when they're done, the people say, look what we did by ourselves. Mm-hmm. And so it really feels like that this is going to just be a smooth transition where the name on their paycheck will change, but the good work that they're doing continues. And so thank you for everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
Okay, with that then, we will move on to, that was a receive and file. There's no vote. Any public comment on this item?
I do not have any speakers.
All right, so then we will move on to item number 9, please.
Okay, item number 9 is receive and file Confluence Red Regional Partnership Program Annual Report for fiscal year 2023-24.
Good morning, Chair and directors. My name is Carolyn Balaz, and I'm the Environmental Sustainability Coordinator for SacSewer. And today I will be presenting the Confluence Regional Partnership Program Annual Report for fiscal year 2023-2024. Can you please bring up the presentation?
Yes, I'm waiting. I can see them working on it in the back.
It's large. We have a video, so. All right. Next slide.
Oh, you have control of the
slide. Thank you. For the region. There. Okay. First, I want to provide some background on the Confluence program. So the funding that we use for our grants is discretionary. So what that means is it doesn't come from our rates or fees. Instead, it comes from different sources, and we have some examples listed, which would be like the interest on our reserves. In addition, it comes from the sale of things like our assets, biogas, and then also recycled water. So this program was initiated in 2017 when your board approved a policy that directed staff on the use of that funding. And then this year, on July 10th, we actually brought back staff recommendations to your board, and so it was approved with revisions. So in the table, you will see how much of grants were provided for each one of those categories. The first category is the Sewer Lifeline Rate Assistance Program. And as you can see, we provided just over $2 million for that category. We will be looking at these categories in a little bit more detail next after this slide, but this just provides you with the total amounts that were provided for each category. Next is the American River Parkway. We provided over $540,000. For the watershed management category, we provided just under $240,000. For the septic conversion, we provided $7,100. For the economic development, we provided just over $1 million. And for the public education, we provided over $240,000. So in total, we've provided over $4 million in grants. And so if you look to the map on the side, that shows the location of all the individual and also service area-wide projects that received funding during this time. And it's color-coded so you can see which project received funding under what category. This map is also provided in the board letter as attachment B. Okay, so for the Sewer Lifeline Rate Assistance Program, it was actually initiated back in 2004, but we further expanded it in 2017 with the adoption of the Confluence Program policy. And so what does that mean? That means the low-income customers that are eligible can receive up to $175 per year. But that's only for the past fiscal year. We did bring back to your board, which was approved on May 22nd, an increase in the discount, which now means that eligible customers can receive as much as $195 per year, and that takes effect or took effect on July 1st. This program is available to homeowners, renters that do pay a sewer rate, and then also homeless shelters. So as you can see, there were over 10,800 of the treatment and resource recovery customers that received a discount, and over 9,800 customers for collection. And then again, that program totaled more than $2 million. So I did add some screenshots of our website. You can see the first one on the right is from our banner. And so if you were to select the Learn More information, it would take you to our webpage for the Sewer Lifeline Rate Assistance Program and the materials that we have available that are in English, Russian, and Spanish. Okay. For the American River Parkway, we are highlighting one project in particular, and that was a grant to the Sacramento County Regional Parks that totaled $250,000. So this funding was used to purchase equipment, in particular a front-end loader and that has a tink claw, and it's to help with the cleanup of homeless encampments along the American River Parkway. And the reason why this equipment is so beneficial is that it aids them in faster removal of trash and also debris. Okay, for the watershed management category, we provided just under $14,000 to the Sacramento Area Creeks Council. And they used that money to purchase a dump trailer, and that's used to haul trash and debris that's collected from the cleanups that they do along various waterways. And so far, that trailer has been used in 60 cleanups. There was 42 runs to the dump, and then also they removed just under 88,000 pounds of trash and debris. So next up, this is actually a link to a video, and that was from the Sacramento Area Creeks. And they wanted to say thank you for their grant and to show just how much that equipment that we provided the funding for was used. So if you could please go ahead and start the video.
If you just push the button, it should start
Push
video.
the button.
Oh, my crock pot. Boom.
Okay. So as you can see, they released that YouTube video, and I went and I followed them for a while, and there was just so many videos because they are so active with their cleanups. So I know that they have shown interest in perhaps receiving more funding so that they could increase their cleanups in the area. Okay. So
Before you move on, just I'll punctuate that by saying they're having a fundraiser this Sunday at Camp Pollock, the dog days of summer. And so if you'd like to come out for that and help them buy the gas for the vehicle that pulls the trailer, that would be a great thing to do. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so for the septic conversion category, we approved one individual property, and that grant totaled just over $7,100. So those properties that qualify and they're on a septic system, they can receive grant funding that goes towards the design and construction costs, and we have some of those listed there. For the economic development, we actually approved 32 grants that totaled just under $1 million. And this program, it reduces sewer impact fees for businesses that create full-time jobs or the equivalent for full-time jobs. So those grants, they created, or I shouldn't say the grants did, but those customers created the equivalent of 495 full-time jobs. The largest grant recipient was Mi Rancho, and what's significant about that is that's our first industrial customer to receive a grant, because what we did in the last fiscal years, we did change our guidelines for the economic development so that it was available not only to commercial customers but industrial as well, as long as they meet the same requirements. So the majority of the grant recipients were and have been in the past restaurants. So we do have some of the logos there of some of the customers that have received our grants. For the public education category, we provided 5 grants. The first one is the Museum of Science and Curiosity, or MOSAC, and that's for their wastewater exhibit and educational elements. And you'll see in the next slide that that's part of our multi-year agreement to provide funding to them, and we'll see what that total is. Sacramento Splash, we provide funding for their Youth Environmental Leadership Camp. And for Sierra Nevada Journeys, we have the Hands in the River unit, and there's some photos there. To Access Sacramento, we provided funding for their high school public service announcement contest. We've also done that for a number of years. And then we provided funding for the Central Valley Regional Water Board so that they could produce and create a Lower American River bacteria study video. For the multi-year projects, and these are just some of the projects that we've provided multiple years of funding. These ones in particular received funding in the last fiscal year, so we wanted to highlight them. MOSAC, as you can see, the duration of that grant is going to be for 15 years, and that total amount will be just under $1.5 million. For that high school PSA contest, we've been doing that for 6 years, and we've granted a total of $6,000. The Hands in the River unit, we've done that for 3 years, and that total grant will be just over $240,000. For the North A sanitation, that project, and some of you may be familiar with it. We've reported on that and highlighted it in the past. That is located on North A Street and is a restroom facility for homeless individuals in the area. They can also get sanitation products. They can charge their phones. But we've been providing funding to them for 6 years, and that totals just over $700,000. And then for the Lower American River Fecal Indicator Study, we also did the video this past year. So that was 6 years of granting that totaled just over $460,000. Okay, so at this time, I would like to answer any questions you may have.
Okay. Any questions from directors? No? Yes, Director Kaplan.
As I was, I think it's worth saying, said aloud by my colleague who privately whispered to me that our SILRAP?
Yes.
Our SILRAP was protected and fought for by former Councilwoman Bonnie Pennell, especially during the downturn in the economy, to keep this alive. And it is quite a legacy to see it continuing today and the benefit that it does, but acknowledging during tough times she fought to keep this alive during budget cuts. And then I just want to say thank you for funding YELC, the Youth Environmental Leadership Camp. My sixth grader was part of it this year, and I got to tell you, she is now talking about how cool she's like talking about being a plant scientist.
Oh,
it
that's
was
wonderful.
the best summer kid camp that she went to and hasn't stopped talking about it. So please don't stop funding that. I can tell you it is essential for 6th and 7th graders as they're just starting to explore what they can do in life. Watching her come back every day so excited about what was done, what they looked at. And she loved that going out to the sewer district and seeing everything. She's like, Mom, have you been? And I was like, yes, I have. And she's like, did you know? So that is a very worthwhile project, especially if we're looking for the next generation of scientists. It does a world of wonders. So I just want to give as a parent perspective, outstanding.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Yeah, Director Kennedy.
Thank you, Chair. Just a couple things. One is on the cleanup efforts. I just want to thank, regional I'll never get over it. Sac Sewer staff are continuing to see this as a regional effort that's important to our role, but more importantly, it's important to the entire region, and it shows that it's truly an effort that's just from the video alone, it's so big. Not one agency, not one organization can handle it. Years ago, to suggest that we fund a lot of the stuff that we're funding out there to do this, we would have had pushback. It's become part of the zeitgeist of this organization, and that shows that we're more than a regional sanitation or a Sac Sewer district provider. We're actually part of this community. Just the other day, the Board of Supervisors approved a grant so that the Sheriff's Department would have a boat with the capabilities of helping us, get those boats that are underwater, get them out of there that are causing pollution and dirtying our waterways and so forth. The work that the Delta Counties Coalition, all 5 counties, are doing together on that issue, it just shows you that this is something that is going to take all of these efforts to make it happen, and we can't just rely upon those fantastic volunteers we have. So thank you for that. On the septic conversion, can I get an update on the Florin issue? Obviously not now, but can we follow back, because it's just so frustrating that, it's not for lack of our staff's trying, but we have to continue to push that.
Yes, one of the things that was not in that presentation, the $7,000, that's just for an individual, which individuals can apply and get grants, but we also have the community septic conversion projects, and Old Florin Town is one of those. We'll certainly get you an update. There's actually 4 projects that are all out to bid right now. But the tough part is that we have to get agreements with all of those individuals to connect, and that's what we're doing the groundwork for.
For those on the board who haven't had direct activity here, it's the frustrating part is that the property values go up, the long-term costs go down for the property owner, yet there's a suspicion that we just want to put them on our system and send them a bill every month, and it's really hard to break through that, but we have to keep trying, and I appreciate your efforts.
Thank you. Any other comments? No? Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Director Robles.
Oh, I just wanted to say really quickly, thank you for providing the grants for Mi Rancho and also for Slow and Low. I actually had a lunch with Manny, who is the CEO, and is super grateful because we were talking about how we can kind of help facilitate what they're doing out there, and especially with providing more folks and placing them in work. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. This was receive and file. Are there any public comments on this item?
I did not receive any speaker slips.
Very good. That brings us on to item number 10, please.
Item number 10 is to receive and file Sims Ranch and Nicholas Dairy Historical Properties and Education Program updates.
Self-sufficient. I appreciate that.
Good morning. Can you guys hear me? Good morning, Chair and members of the board. I'm Vyomini Upadhyay, Senior Civil Engineer, Policy and Planning. This is a two-part presentation. I'll be presenting and giving an update on historical properties. And my colleague here, Paige Pettigrew, will be providing an update on Project All. So today, I'll provide a background on historical properties, an update on budget, improvements that we have completed, and education program update. We have two historical properties at Ecowater Resource Recovery Facility. Oops, sorry. Just want to point it. Okay. One Sims Ranch, and that's on the eastern side of the facility. And there is an olive alley entrance to the sites, which is very pretty. And then the Nicholas Dairy, which is on the southern edge of the facility, and that can be accessed through Dwight Road. Sims Ranch has two farmhouses, one silo, a long barn, and a cold storage and a round shed. At Nicholas Dairy, we have a farmhouse, a milk barn, a chicken house, and a horse corral. Both properties were acquired in 1970s and are part of bufferlands now. So we'll go over the Sims Ranch first. Sims family settled at the site in mid-1800s, which is during the gold rush. The family focused on the agricultural operations, which included cattle, poultry, and crops. Sims family was very active in the community. Joe Sims was a charter member of the Sacramento Society of California Pioneers. There is actually a elementary school named after Joseph Sims. Nicholas Dairy, John Henry Nicholas and his family settled at the site in early 1900s. Families built houses and farm structures to support farming, dairying, and grain production operations. There was Western Pacific Railroad that was built through the property, and the farmhouse that you see today, and you'll see those in the pictures later, was built from a mill-cut house kit that was delivered through by the boxcars. There was an addition to the house that you see out there today, which was built in 1960s. We'd call it bachelor's quarters. It was to accommodate bachelor brothers in the family. After World War II, there was an increase in demand for milk. And so Nicholas family upgraded their grade B dairy to a grade A dairy. A grade A dairy is a walk-through style automated milk production facility. And so this upgrade actually made the dairy and the site qualify for the National and California Registry for Historical Sites. There have been few past board actions that have led us to where we are today. I'll look to summarize some of those. In 2016, your board created a non-rate, non-fee reserve fund in the amount of $1 million to address the historical properties. In February 2017, once we found partner with Elk Grove Unified School District, your board approved funding to develop an education program at Nicholas Dairy. In 2017, we came back again to the board and asked to adopt an mitigated negative declaration for both sides, and your board also authorized a budget for both sides to $1.35 million. In 2018, early 2018, we started construction, and we realized and learned that the renovations at historical properties is a specialty trade and requires a lot of specialty contractors, and it's very expensive. So we requested an additional budget, and your board authorized that to increase to $2.5 million. I'll go over the improvements now. Since we began construction in 2018, staff has been working to improve both sites. The goal at Sims Ranch was to stabilize the properties and structures so that we prevent further deterioration. At Sims Ranch, we have demolished a burned-out house. It was a safety concern. We have had made repairs to the windows and doors. We have abated the structures for lead in paint. We have also repaired the chimney, which was made of bricks, and secured it so it doesn't fall down. At Nicholas Dairy, the goal was to, again, stabilize the structures, but also get it ready for school-age field trips. So we have installed new landscaping, new commercial septic tank, new restroom, aggregate-based roadway, fire suppression elements, such as fire alarms and fire tank. We have made repairs to the milk barn, chicken coop, and horse corral. And most recently, we have installed a potable water line and water bottle fill stations to support the growing education program. I would like to provide an update on the budget. You can see here, I've only covered major improvements for both Sims Ranch and Nicholas Dairy. Of the $2.5 million that was approved, all the improvements came in at $2.28 million, and so we have a remaining amount of $216,000. I would like to share some before and after pictures here. So here at Sims Ranch, this is a long barn, and we have installed rain gutters so that we can, keep the rainwater off from the buildings and prevent growth. The silo over here, you can see the rings are needed to be repaired, and so we did that so that we can stabilize the structure as well. This is the farmhouse for the Nicholas Dairy. There is an enclosed porch over here that was built in 1960s. And so what we did is we took that porch out, the enclosure out, and then opened it up, which made it look like, and restored it to the original house in 1914s. You can see the brick columns here. We've installed the landscaping here and an ADA pathway here so that it's accessible to disabled. Another structure we improved is the milk barn. You can see here the milk barn was in very poor condition. It was missing siding, it was missing doors. Here it's been restored and painted over. And then now it is a museum. It's a dairy museum. It showcases dairy operations and technology innovations from 1800s to present. We have a fiberglass cow over there, and that can show how milk was produced in historic time. The education program identified there was this structure there, the chicken coop, and we wanted to renovate that as well. So we started with the, again, the siding and making structural improvements. We painted it as well, and then now it is a theater and a museum for kids. The education program also identified that they needed a congregation area, and so we cleaned the horse corral that was there. We took out the stalls, again, opened it up here, and then, added the DG pathways and ground over here so that they can congregate during inclement weather. We have made significant improvements in the interior of the farmhouse as well. And this was to also include period-appropriate elements such as lighting, wooden floors, doors and windows, and hardware. We have now started furnishing the farmhouse with a period-appropriate donated items, and you can see dining table, a sewing machine, some of the kitchen items here. And at this point, I would like to turn it over to Paige.
Thank you. A little bit of a height difference.
Good morning, Chair, members of the board. My name is Paige Bettigrew, and I am the Public Information Manager with Sac Sewer. And as Vimini alluded to, I'm going to provide just a brief update on Project AWE. So I'm going to dive into some stats. But before I do, I just want to give a little bit of background. As you saw in the previous slides, there's been a ton of site improvements performed out at the Nicholas Dairy, and that's been really influential in us being able to launch the program itself. So Sac Sewer, in partnership with Sacramento Splash, has worked to run and administer Project AWE, where we provide sustainable practices and environmental stewardship opportunities to students. Through grade-specific programming focused on the next generation science standards, we're able to share areas within the agriculture, water, energy, and the environment, which is where the AWE comes from in the name of the program, to second through fifth grade students throughout our service area. And since the launch of the program in fall of 2022, we've seen some tremendous growth and success there. And so I'll dive into the stats here just to give a little bit of information over the last 2 years. So looking at the 2022-2023 academic school year, you'll see that we had nearly 5,000 students visit the Nicholas Dairy. Of those, there was 156 classes from 30 schools within 8 school districts in our service area, and we were able to provide this to 50% of the classes came from Title I schools. Looking at 2023, 2024, that number increased to nearly 7,000 students visiting the Nicholas Dairy, and we were able to reach 226 classes from 43 schools in 5 school districts. 53% of the classes came from Title I schools, and one little tidbit that's not shown here is that we actually welcomed about 22 farm animals out to the dairy. Some of you have had the opportunity to meet our 3 Nigerian dwarf goats along with our donkey, chickens, and bees as well. They're pretty cute. So while this data provides some valuable insights as to the program itself, I think what really seals the deal is being able to hear some heartfelt stories from the students that had personal experiences out at the Nicholas Dairy. And so with that, I'd like to share just a brief video that was developed by Dale Sanchez Visuals that really showcases what Project AWE is all about.
Hi, my name is Madison. My name is Cristiano.
My name is Taylor, and the school that I go to is Barbara Comstock North Elementary School in Oak Grove, and I'm in 4th grade.
My name is Diana Yanez, and I am a 4th grade teacher in Elk Grove Unified. I recognize Splash from some prior experiences that I had. I couldn't believe that this was an opportunity that I gained for my students, and that it was just so well thought out from beginning to end.
My favorite part of the day was the goats and milking the cows.
My favorite part of the field trip was getting to pet the chicken. I liked it because we don't have to learn inside, we were able to learn outside.
City lights that burn so.
It gave my students an awesome opportunity from going on a school bus and learning outdoors, just so valuable.
We did ride on the school bus. It was pretty much exciting. What's fun about it is that we're here outside experimenting and learning about new things and like about the history of it, about Nicholas Dairy.
We have so many things to do, teaching a multiple subject. Sometimes teachers don't think that they have the time for a field trip or that it's too much to organize. The great thing about this experience is that they have it completely mapped out. It had different groups so that students could have a role and understand the different rotations that we were going to go through. They were able to make those connections, and that was the really fun part. I do recommend this for every single class. Your students will learn, they will enjoy their experience. You will be pleased that you had a field trip where you were prepared from beginning to end. And a lot of times we put science on the back burner because we're doing so much of the reading and the math content that it's one of the things that we don't always plan for. But I can tell you that this is a wonderful experience. They will make connections, and it is worth every second. So they should do it.
All right. So just jumping ahead in terms of what the future holds for us, obviously the 24-25 academic school year just started, and I'm pleased to share that we are completely booked for this year, and we anticipate reaching more than 7,300 students this time, so continual increase in terms of those. And also 100% of the teachers that participated in the 2023-2024 school year are coming back. So we're really excited. Project AWE has been a tremendous asset to the Sacramento region, and we look forward to continuing to build and empower this next generation of environmental stewards. And with that, I'm happy to take any questions on at least the Project AWE side, and I'll let Vimini answer if there's any on the other side.
Okay, thank you. We have a bunch of directors signed up to speak, and I'll just, before we kick that off, say that if you have the opportunity to go out there when one of these field trips is taking place at Nicholas Dairy, it's well worth doing. If you can do it when they have baby dwarf goats, it's even better. But I want to recognize Mackenzie Weiser and Gina Fleming in the audience from Sacramento Splash. Thank you for being here. So if you have questions for them and their program, take those as well. Starting off with Director Suen, please.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you both for that presentation. It's nice to see you again, Mackenzie, as well. I just want to emphasize Director Kennedy's comment earlier about our investment in these types of programs that make us part of the fabric of the community. It's so important. And recognizing our investment in our children, as well as history as we continue to grow as a society, remembering where we came from and how things were is so important. Point of personal interest for me is all three of my kids went to Joseph Sims Elementary School. And so this is the first time I've seen Sims Ranch. So I really appreciated those pictures. Thank you very much for all your work.
Thank you. Director Maple.
All right, thank you, Chair. And you took the words out of my mouth, so I won't belabor it. But I did want to just thank you so much, Mackenzie, and your team for being here, and say if you haven't had an opportunity, please do go. It is so much fun, and you really get to see firsthand how the kids are learning and experiencing this, and how valuable it is for them to understand, how it works, how the food system works, how bees work. And I know I certainly learned a lot too during that experience about the history. So I'll be back soon, and definitely wanting to support you moving forward. So just a really great program, and thank you so much for the update.
Thank you. Director Roscoe.
Thank you. I appreciate the presentation. I think this is one of the most uplifting when we get an opportunity to go and do positive things in the community, especially when it involves children. In the last 8 years that I've sat on this board, this has always been one of my favorites to receive. I just had a question. You'd mentioned there's 156 classes with 30 schools in 8 different school districts. And years ago, I remember asking how many of those are in West Sacramento and or Yolo County. Do we know if there are any that are participating?
Yes, I can share specific numbers. I don't have that, but I'm happy to circle back with you. But West Sacramento is a school district that has actually attended, let me pull the, in 2022, 2023, and 2023-24, and as well for this year.
That's wonderful to hear. I know that we're booked this year, as you mentioned. Mm-hmm. Hopefully they are part of that group of kids that are coming through again. Reason I mention that is that we have some pretty disparate health outcomes in the District 2 West Capitol Corridor in West Sacramento, some of the worst health outcomes in the entire region. We are trying to change that. We want to definitely make sure we're getting to the kids. because they're the vehicles right into those households. If whether we have high populations of non-English speaking families in our community, whether it be Russian, Afghani, or Spanish speaking households, and if the children are experiencing it, they get to bring it home and infiltrate the system and talk about sustainability and environment and water quality, air quality, all of that. So if we can increase the drops in the buckets by reaching out to those students, and again, this is highly impoverished areas in our city, that would, I'm sure, make a tremendous impact as it trickles down to the ultimate health outcomes that we're looking to improve.
Absolutely. We'll look into that as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vice Chair.
Thank you for the presentation. I did take the tour, and it is awesome. We watched a butterfly become a butterfly, a chrysalis become. That was kind of cool. I have a question. When you say you're fully booked, how many days of the year is that include? Is that? I know you don't do it in the rain.
Right. There are certain times of the year just based on school schedules. So we do offer it for both traditional and year-round schools, but there are breaks during the summer months and, as you alluded to, during the periods of time when the weather is not really conducive to facilitating field trips. I think that number varies per year, but I can circle back to give you exact numbers if that's something you're interested in.
Well, I'm just curious how many days of the year that you actually say you're fully booked. So what happens if a school wants to go and you've got the same repeat people coming all the time, and you have a new school who just found out about it, and how do you accommodate that?
Yeah, so the program, again, we have a wait list opportunity as well, so that they get on that for the next year that gets to be opened up. And then I think, Mackenzie, correct me if I'm wrong, if there's any other days that we do expand to, those are always people that we contact to be able to see if there's opportunities for them to join.
So you don't give dibs to those who haven't been there before?
I don't believe we have a process set in place to...
Mackenzie, if you'll go ahead and
come up.
I had a feeling you were going to get dragged into this conversation.
We try to open the wait list to those who have not been.
Because I think as word spreads, some of the teachers would want to, but if it's always booked with the regulars, then it's real hard to get that inroad in. It's a wonderful project. It is wonderful.
Challenges.
These are kids that will never have seen stuff like this anywhere else. And you don't never know what impression it's going to make. You remember when you were a kid something you saw that you still remember. And these kids are probably going to remember just about everything they saw that day.
Absolutely. We do try to offer in all of our programs to clear our wait lists for those who have not been out each season. So we'll send that wait list out like, hey, sign up now. And we give them generally a 2-week period to clear that wait list, and then we open it back up. To answer your question also about the how many days, during the field trip season, we run field trips Monday through Friday. So we are out there on every school day that is possible. We are only going to be down this year from January and February. So really all of March through the end of May. And we opened the very first school day of August. And we've been running field trips Monday through Friday. So the only possibility that we can increase is by getting a few more structures to hide from the rain potentially, or consider opening it into those inclement weather kind of days.
Where do you find your docents that were, the people who were, where do they come from? Just community members?
Most of
or
them
are they parts
are
of Splash?
Retired teachers, science teachers who have been teachers in the past, or college kids coming straight out of the environmental studies program at Sac State.
No.
So we have both sides of the spectrum.
Great program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Any other director comments or questions? No? Excellent presentation. Thank you. Thank you both for being here. And really, again, can't encourage enough for directors to get out and witness this program firsthand. It's wonderful. All right, I believe that brings us to the end of our agendized items. The rest of the items are communications received and filed. And so at 10:48, we'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting. Thank you, everyone.